All right, I'm finally able to get my live stream going on my desktop. I realized Firefox does not support Google Hangouts anymore, at least for live video. So I had to download Google Chrome, which I swear I know I must have done before because I had two other install files for it when I downloaded it today. But anyways, I know what no one was watching yet. We have one viewer now, so I'm gonna wait. Just keep things sort of slow for a minute or two until more people come in, and then I'll really start the discussion. That way, I don't have to double go back on stuff I said for people who watch this in the future or who are still around or who have been around since early on. Oh, we went back down to one viewer, went up to 3, now 0. Okay, so nobody's here, but people may watch in the future. So what am I talking about today? Well, I'm taking questions for one thing. My mom's not here. No. I'd like to get her on one of these. Now that I know how to do this on the desktop, makes sense. I'll get her to do it. I want to show, first of all, real quick, two books that are enormously helpful for my screenwriting. And without them, I would just be totally lost. And I'm still always learning, and writing a script is a struggle, even with all the best expertise. But first book I read that was just amazing, The Story Solution by Eric Edson. I like this a lot because it's so practical. It says, do this, do this, do this. In other words, he says, the subtitle of the book is 23 actions all great heroes must take. And what he did was he analyzed hundreds of successful, critically acclaimed movies and broke them down into certain types of sequences that all of them have. No, not all exactly the same, and they're not formulas, but for instance, there are things about how the opening scene of any great movie is establishing the world. What kind of world does the protagonist or two protagonists live in? And then what kind of goal does that protagonist have early on? And then how do they reach that and then set a new goal? And maybe they get an unjust injury or some other setback. And then they have to reassess their goals and create a new goal from that. And it works for all these different movies. Anyways, I love how practical it is. It is not abstract and high-minded. This story, The Name is Story by Robert McKee, is more abstract and high-minded. So a lot of things about it, to me, I got it all. Like I got it, and it wasn't with quite the same clarity or force as The Story Solution, but it's not a bad thing about it. I actually found it incredibly helpful too, just because it gave lots more ideas. But it's not, all I'm saying really about it is it's not the same clear step-by-step guide that this is. So when I read The Story Solution, I was able to take tons of notes and then mark down, okay, I know certain sequences must occur with my protagonist for the movie I'm writing by this point, by this point, by this point. And I realized it even when Edson talks about movies I love that I assumed didn't really follow any of these sequences, these goals. But when he breaks them down, I'm like, wow, even these movies I thought were very unconventional, they do this too. And that's great to know. So I'm like, okay, before I was really lost, my script was just flat. It didn't go anywhere. And I was making lots of novice mistakes, which I was glad to see. I was glad to see I make these novice mistakes because I'm like, oh, okay, if these are common to everybody, it's not like I'm doing something so abnormal that's so bad just because I'm not talented or something. It turns out that's what people do when they don't understand structure. And it takes time in writing to become more of an expert on that and to learn that skill. And fortunately, I can feel it starting to come together a little bit, even though my script still, first of all, needs finishing, but a lot of work on the structure, especially. The dialogue isn't even as important as the structure. So these two books have been wonderful. And by the way, both authors seem pretty nice. Eric Edson, I wrote to him. He wrote me a detailed response. It was very nice. I was saying how thankful I was for him. Robert McKee even said, good luck with the writing. So I was so proud of that. And this one, which I haven't really got far into yet, John Truby, The Anatomy of Story. So I've listened to his talks, and he is very helpful as well in the stuff he said on Film Courage. He has interviews, so I'm going to get into this book, and I'm looking forward to this as well. This seems to be more similar in structure to Eric Edson's The Story Solution. You notice 22 steps to becoming a master storyteller, and the subtitle for The Story Solution is 23 actions all great heroes must take. Now, I've only looked quickly through it. I can see he breaks things down similar to how Edson does. He takes great movies and breaks them down into how their sequences work. Robert McKee does that as well, but his book is in a way more encompasses a lot more ideas. Now, there's still barely anyone here, so let me take a moment to, if I can, share the link to this. It is public. I just want to make sure that's going on. Public, and I'm going to, if I can get the link. Where the hell is the link, and how do I find the link? Okay, here. I don't know where the comments are. As usual, YouTube is an enormous pain to use with ease. So, a link to this here, and tell your friends, get people in here. We're going to be talking other stuff about The Wolf of Wall Street. James Gordon, Jordan Belfort's new book, Way of the Wolf, which is coming out in about a week. So let me link to this live here. Everybody watching now, or who joins, will see me posting the link that they're clicking on. Okay. And great, the thumbnail is of me with my eyes closed, but that's cool. Oh, and Twitter already shares it automatically, thank goodness. Okay, so how many people in here? One. Let's see, what's this button down here? Links? Oh, it had the embed link down there. Great, I didn't even think of that. Cameraman, what's this? Cameraman app. Broadcast settings, I don't need all that. Control room. I just want to see the mother effing chat. Oh my goodness. Chat, there. Click the button. Okay. So I'm also going to link to Way of the Wolf in the description. So if you see this before September 26th, when the book comes out, if you're not seeing it live, if you watch this later, I linked to Jordan Belfort's book, Way of the Wolf, in the description, and it's a book on his sales system, the straight line persuasion system that he teaches. That's amazing. I've learned it. It's incredible. It's helped me out so much. It helped me get on the Steve Harvey show. I had to sell myself to get on the show to one of the producers. And it's going to help me either get a sales job or become a sales trainer. Either way, and I might be meeting someone tonight in regard to that, but I don't know. The person's a real flake. Anyways, if he's a flake, it probably means he's not showing up. But that's cool. I already don't mind that. So if you buy Jordan Belfort's book, Way of the Wolf, which details his sales system, before September 26th, if you go to his website, you can register your purchase of the book, and it takes a few seconds. It's not like you have to sign up with your email or anything. It's really quick. I already did it. You put in your pre-order information, and you get for free his straight line persuasion fast track system, which normally sells, I think, for $400 or $500. It might be less. Let me actually, I can look it up right now. Straight line persuasion fast track. But anyways, you can register for it and you get it free. So that's a really great value. And the book's only like $20. So you have nothing to lose. I mean, virtually nothing to lose by getting it. It will help you so much. So where the hell is, man, his pages are long on his website, but it's cool. I like it. Oh, okay. So it's only, I was wrong. It's $297. And if you, it says 100% 2-week guarantee. If you, test drive guarantee. If you give my system an honest try for 2 weeks and you don't want to continue with the full course, then just shoot an email to my customer support team and we'll cancel your training and give you every cent of your money back. And the reason he's willing to do this is he says, because I know after 2 weeks you'll be convinced. You'll already be you'll already be reaping the benefits of your powerful new persuasion skills, and you'll want to keep going because the first taste of power and success is addictive. That's absolutely true. And I've seen this in others. I've felt it myself. And the reason he says 2 weeks, like you try it out a little bit, is because you get each module of this fast track sales training like one a week, something like that. And that lets you learn it and then reinforce it later and reassess the information you've had. So I've gotten it, even though I've studied the straight line system already, and I got the first module and some worksheet stuff. And it's all stuff I've heard before, but it's so helpful just to hear it again and to be excited by it and motivated. Anyways, so only one person, I think. I don't know if this is right, this connection here, because normally I'll have more viewers than this. I want to make sure, is this working? Or let me go to my channel and see. All right, let's see, make sure it's fully live. Yeah, it's live, so one person watching, whatever, I don't mind. So the other thing I'm thinking about it now is, slouching a little bit, is getting a sales job. So, you know, for one thing, it's, I know there are sales jobs out there that people say, you know, are just, they screw over the sales force, and that is a little bit of a worry holding me back, and it shouldn't, because whatever happens, I'm in control. If I don't like it, I can leave. But I've heard stories, in fact, I've known salespeople who have said they were making great money, but they quit because the managers were stealing their leads. Or things like they'll get the order, but then the service that the customers get isn't good from the people who fulfill the order, whatever it is, home improvement or something. Home improvement is a lot of sales, probably anywhere, but around here there's a lot of home improvement companies. Also, I wonder, like, I don't mind going door to door for anything, houses or businesses, but I wonder, is that effective? Like, shouldn't a good company be generating leads and putting out, you know, marketing or commercials? Well, that's marketing anyways. And isn't that a big time saver? Or, you know, how does that work? Because, I mean, I'm happy to, you know, it's fun. It's exciting to go into businesses, for instance, if you're selling stuff that's to another business, like vendor software, like payment processing. But I'm wondering, like, why that's kind of a waste of time too. Now, granted, it's good because you can just go out there and find out if they're not interested. If you're a good salesperson, you'll qualify them out and just move on to another business. And of course, the beauty of all this is I want to take this money from sales, first of all, help myself move into a place of my own, pay off bills, get a new computer, all that stuff, you know, put money into my videos. And I don't really, it's not even about the technology of the cameras and stuff. Yeah, I'll do that, but that's not a big deal. Really, what the money is time. The time to put into making videos that I have to go out to different locations and shoot, to be able to help my mom get time off work because I can pay her and help pay her bills and my dad's and make sure they're, you know, able to get whatever they need. All that stuff is what sales can help me to do. So that, and then I want to use that sales money to make a movie or even become a sales trainer, which I can make even way more money at. And it's going to help me become a sales trainer. If I'm working with a company doing well, maybe I can train that company first, or they'll promote me and become a manager. And then I can start there and then train other companies. Anyways, I'm a little surprised there's not people here, but whatever. If I'm not going to get questions, I'll just wrap it up soon because I gave out some good info. So, again, check out Wolf. Where is it? Crap. The Way of the Wolf, the sales system. I want to make sure, is this going out to everybody? That's my other question. I'm sure it must, but I hate YouTube screwed up. Let's see. Go to the homepage. Yeah, it's there. Oh well. I got to make these more interesting then to get more people. But that's cool. I want to have this out there just as something informational. Again, stretching my hands. I don't know if I'm meeting this guy tonight. Actually, if I am, I should be leaving soon. But I haven't heard from him. And again, he's a flake. And I haven't really seen him in almost a year. But we're going to talk maybe business stuff. So anyways, well, I'll wrap it up for now. I probably should get going regardless, because even if I'm not going to meet him, I want to either think of video ideas tonight, work on them, or and work on my movie script. Write that. I was up real late writing that. I want to just write a bunch more. And group chat. Wait a minute. I'm looking at group chat. That's not the same as the chat for the whole video. The video, is it? So I don't know if people are trying to message me. I knew it. I can't stand how ridiculously counterintuitive YouTube is. How the F do I even see the chat? Where is it? Live control room. Let's see that. Creative highlights while live, whatever. Oh, okay. There's see, I don't know what the F. So people, okay, see, I have to go to live chat. For some reason, the chat in Google Hangouts isn't there. Okay, I see your comments now. But I don't know what people wrote before a minute or two ago, because all I see is a few people. Robert S., the book sounds good. Lefto, hi. Bears Rule, hi. Bears Rule, to answer your question, YouTube is not going to give me a refund unless I can really persuade them and try and get them to do it. K-Dubs, you got a notification. Good. Glad to hear that. Yeah, the Google ripped me off for $226 for an AdWords campaign. They sent me an email the day after I started the campaign, and I was paying like about $20 a day to say my ad was disapproved for shocking content. I thought, fine, well, that's the end of that. Then 13 days later, I see I'm charged $200. So what they meant by I'm not charging you, or your ad is disapproved, is it's approved and I'm charging you. And it ended up being $226 total. Yeah. K-Dubs, I've made 2 videos about this recently, about how AdWords ripped me off. And so they said, I showed screen caps of the emails. I'm not hiding anything. They didn't say anywhere it was approved. They said in-stream ads disapproved. What their customer service person told me is, well, actually, if you the in-display ads were approved. They never said that in the email. If they wanted to tell me that, they could have. If they wanted to tell me I would be charged, then they could have. Oh, but if they told me that, I wouldn't have left the campaign running for 13 days because I would have known that it was actually running and that it wasn't even delivering all the ads that I wanted. Whatever in-stream and in-display is, I don't know. They don't explain it. They could if they wanted, but of course there's a chance they're not going to get as much money then because they might not get money from people who aren't aware they're being charged. Here's the link, by the way. I put it in the chat. Jordan Belfort, Way of the Wolf. And it doesn't matter who you, first of all, it's about $20, so it's worth it right there. Second of all, I'm recommending it to you because no matter where you are, it doesn't matter if you're not a salesperson, you always need to be able to speak with certainty and clarity and convey your ideas to others, even if it's just talking to your boss at work or talking to your friends. You want to get people involved in a project, whatever. You always have to be doing that. If you're talking to customer service somewhere, if you're negotiating, and then of course, definitely if you're in sales, but if you pre-order that book, you register it on that website that I linked until September 26th, that's the pre-order, then you'll get, you're welcome, then you'll get for free the Straight Line Persuasion Fast Track System. And by the way, you're all going to see what a difference this makes on my channel once I start actually taking a sales job and doing more sales training. I trained one client already just for a little bit, just for 2 hours. It's not even the full thing that I gave her, and I customized a script for her and taught her how to perform it, how to say it, the psychology of it. You'll see the difference when I learned this. I've already learned the system, but I'm saying when I get a sales job or when I do more sales training, how much different the videos can become. Because what I was saying before, it's not the money just for gear. The gear doesn't matter. And I hate it when people even tell me, well, I can get you good gear. What kind of camera do you have? Who cares? Whatever camera you have is the right camera. It doesn't matter. The point is, and by the way, you can get great looking pictures for practically nothing now. I don't want to say practically nothing. It's any money's a lot of money really for a camera, but you can get it on your phone. So the point is, the money where it really makes a difference is the time. Getting time to be able to shoot for days, go out on location, have food out on location, maybe get actors in it, maybe just do stuff with my mom. Even stuff like going to the Eli Oak farm where we were petting animals. That takes time. She had to take time off from her other job for that. And so it'd be good to be able to pay her and to be able to pay for all the food going out. Yeah, Lefto. So Lefto asks, isn't doing a sales job difficult in the beginning? I imagine the commissions are pretty low. It's difficult if you don't know what you're doing. The beauty of the straight line system is I already know how I'm going to go into any sales job and do it. That's how I was able to train, for instance, friends. I've trained friends for free, but trained my first client too. It doesn't matter because the psychology of every sale is the same. Now, what can be difficult is, yes, if your employer doesn't support you, doesn't give you the right training so you understand what the product really is, if the employer doesn't give you the right training, so you can understand sort of what the field out there is, what are your prospects looking for. You have to know, because especially if they ask questions like if you're doing home improvement, I don't know anything about home improvement or next to nothing. So obviously I'd have to learn a lot. But I know all the techniques to go through that. So I take the information, I plug it into my script, that I already know how I'm going to create. It's like just like the system of screenwriting that, for instance, Eric Edson here teaches. And I wish I could see the chat open at the same time as, let's see if I can do a pop-out chat. Maybe I can do it as the video so I can see myself, make sure the stream is going okay. Let's see. Okay, that's better. So Eric Edson, The Story Solution, great book on screenwriting. If you're at all interested in filmmaking, forget just writing, filmmaking, understand this book, read it. It's pleasant to read. It's very nice, very plain language. I don't like very high-minded abstract stuff, but he says 23 actions all great heroes must take. So it's like that in sales. There's certain key elements that you have to line up in any sale to get the prospect to say yes. So it doesn't matter. So I looked at, it doesn't matter what the field is. It makes no difference. Yes, there are different variables, but you eliminate as many of those as possible. And that's the beauty of the straight line system, is you eliminate as many of those variables as possible. So you already know when you go in how you're going to close the sale, how you're going to deal with objections. You know, when they say, I'm not sure yet, you give a great presentation and they say, well, let me think about it, or let me email you, or let me talk to my wife or my husband or my accountant or my lawyer, anybody else they have to talk to. And the only thing they have to, they have to talk to everybody else and, see how they feel about it, sleep on it. And they have every excuse for not buying when they know, it's going to benefit them and they can afford it. And the idea isn't to close everybody. You don't want to close every single person because, first of all, that's unethical. If they're not going to really benefit from what you have, you shouldn't sell it to them. You shouldn't even pitch it to them. You figure that out in your qualifying questions, or they can't afford it. So you don't waste your time and waste their time trying to sell to them when they can't afford it. Give them a referral if you have to. They'll come back to you when they're ready for you, and they'll be a customer for life. Or let them know, if there's anything I can do for you in the future, just let me know. So anyway, so no, I'm not, yeah, it can be difficult. And it's funny, I actually did car detailing for one day, and it was going to be a commission job. meaning these were very expensive cars that this company was detailing. And they paid a lot to get the cars detailed, waxed, every single surface clean. Like you had to clean very, very meticulously, like rub in the wax very carefully. And I found out that I thought, wow, you can make a lot in commission at this job, and I don't even have to sell. I'm just washing cars. Yeah, it's hard work, and it'd be a lot of time, but I'm kind of willing to do that. And then they said, oh, yeah, but you're not going to get your own cars to wash for a while. You're going to be part of somebody else's crew, and a lot of the money you'll get is just being tipped out. I'm like, what? So I'm going to be working here like crazy, sweating like a maniac out here by this mall that's depressing to be at. And I'm not even going to get much in commission, what, for the first month or two? I don't love washing cars that much, so I just left after the first day. But other places, and this happened with Jordan Belfort when he was 21. He was selling meat and seafood door to door. The first day he was selling, he broke the company sales record. And he said the first week, he just shattered it. So, and he was a natural salesman by that point. I am not. However, learning his system is just so freeing and empowering. And you know what? That reminds me, because if I'm going to go, I'm going to have to go now. And my friend who's meeting me, I'm going to meet with him to talk about doing a sales business with him. I'm going to call him real quick. I'm going to mute the mic. I don't want to violate his privacy. Talk amongst yourselves, but he's probably not going to do anything with me. Okay, I'm muting the mic. All right, screw him. Didn't pick up. Avoided me for 11 months. Nah, I wouldn't do that to him. And it's funny because he's so charismatic and interesting to talk to. And I've never put up video of him because he refuses to be filmed or photographed. And the one time I did film him, I just sort of pointed the camera at him in a car. He got really mad and he threatened to sue me. Which is too bad. I told him people would love to see him. He would be the most amazing person in so many ways to have on camera. But he refused to be filmed. And yeah, I've talked about him before, but I never really said who he is or, you know, I mean, what's there to say unless you know him? So I didn't get an answer from him when I just called him. So, oh, well, I'm free for tonight. That's fine with me. Oh, by the way, I mentioned this at the very beginning, but I don't know if anybody was here. I couldn't get Google Hangouts working for the longest time. I was so frustrated about it. I looked it up, and well, I heard this from someone else at YouTube Creator Day. You have to use Google Chrome to use Google Hangouts for a live stream on your desktop because Firefox disabled support for Google Hangouts, which, what the hell? Google's one of the biggest companies in the world. You don't have support for live streaming on there? Okay, fine, whatever. So downloaded Google Chrome, which I swore I did before because I have 2 other install files for Google Chrome. So I must have tried it before, but I don't know if I got it working before, but anyways, this is how I'm doing it now. I'm on Google Chrome. By the way, this really annoys me. Look what the barber did to my hair. Why do they use a razor? I don't mind they shave around the sideburns. It's a fairly cheap. It's $17 at this place. Really nice, actually. In a lot of ways, except 2 things. One, they keep shave. I don't like this cheap ass, trashy look where they shave my hairline here. Why do I want that? You can see the actual hair that they cut here, and that's my natural hairline, more of a V out here. Why do that crap? Did that here too. Look how ridiculous that is. It's like guys who they have a widow's peak and they just get this part shaved right here. What the? You see the hair from the widow's peak there, even when it's buzzed down. So I'm going to stop going there. I can't stand it. One time I asked, and I realized it probably a little bit of language barrier, Because one time I asked, hey, just don't shave right here. I just said don't shave the temples. They didn't shave at all. Like, I don't mind if they shave along the neckline here and everything, but forget it. I don't think I'll go back to them. Also, I said I want it cut very short. And this is good, what they did. However, the guy like cut the sides just like this, very short. I like that. And then the top, he didn't touch. And he said, do you want the top cut? I said, yeah. I had to ask him. I said, very short. Hey, Drake, how's it going? I had to ask like 2 times to go in even closer on top to get it this short. Really, I could have used it a little bit shorter because it's a little too much like a flat top. I don't like that look. But I'm just not going to this place anymore. Tired of it. They're nice there. Anytime you go in, first of all, they offer you water bottles when you leave. And they give you a massage too, with a massage it's like a red ball that pulsates like this. But I'm tired of going there, so too bad, because it's a nice place. But tired of having to explain. I want my hair cut very short, and also not to shave the sides of my head, so I look like an imbecile, basically. Yours is worse. How old are you, Lefto? Because see, I'm 32. I'm too old to have this crap on here. This is what goofy-ass 22-year-olds do with their hair. They get this shaved and that widow's peak right here shaved. I'm 32. It's ridiculous. Just leave the hairline alone. How old are you, Lefto? Oh, well. Anyways, I don't know how much else I have to say on this live stream. I'm going to be writing more of my movie tonight. That requires a lot of work, and I've made a lot of notes here on the scenes. By the way, it is so incredibly helpful to write down movie scenes on cards. I pay, what, €8 for the simplest cut when I get home. I get to the shaving machine to repair what's done. It's funny. It is so helpful to write down your movie scenes on cards. I was up all night one night. I had all these cards laid out on the floor right here. Yeah, Drake, I had to use Google Chrome for it. Firefox doesn't support Google Hangouts, apparently. But I laid out all the scenes I wrote down on these cards, and I laid them out all on the floor in order. And of course, I didn't know if all these scenes would stay in. I kept looking at them, thinking them, pacing it out. Okay, first act, just go to this point. What's the first act climax? How does that work with the second act? How does it work with the point of no return? All this stuff. And then the third act. And I kept rearranging scenes, deleting scenes, rearranging, deleting. Did that many times over throughout the night. And headed to where I thought it was pretty good. But, and even now, I look at them like, geez, I think I want to change a few around here. And also it helps to know the length too. Yeah, I'm going to try to do a cooking stream. I don't know. We'll see, because it has to be something that doesn't take too long to cook, like baking something for an hour. We're just going to wait around for an hour to finish baking something on live stream. So it's got to be something you can do quickly. But the scenes on these note cards, even now I'm like, geez, I don't know, probably have to be improved. I don't see it, how these are going to quite work out. And also it helps because you can see about how long your movie is going to be. I wrote down, how long each scene is roughly going to be, 3 to 5 minutes, 4 to 6 minutes, because you don't want it to be too long. Really, that's the biggest problem people have, is they write stuff insanely long. Every filmmaker does that. They want to pack in everything great, and you have to cut and cut like crazy to reduce stuff. A 12-hour stream, I'm never going to do that. I have no interest in doing that. I don't understand how people do very long live streams when, after a while, just hearing your own voice gets really annoying. I don't even see why that would be appealing at all. It's like vomiting, and I mean, it's like, I don't know how to say it, like eating the same food over and over. It's like, all right, like I got the sensation of being full from it. It's enough. I don't need any more. Yes, at first you're hungry, but then that's it. You're done. And anyways, I don't know if anyone has any questions. I'm happy to answer them, because otherwise I'm just going to get going. Here, I'll link to it again. Get the Way of the Wolf from Jordan Belfort. I don't like camping either. Way of the Wolf is his new book that teaches you his sales system. It's only like $20 now. Granted, again, it helps to hear it, so that's why he sells a straight line persuasion course where you have videos and audio of him teaching it, so you know the tonality and the pace, volume, and you could just hear it and then practice along with him. But for $20, that's just an amazing value. Everybody should buy this book. And if you buy it, if you pre-order it, if you pre-order it before September 26th, when it's actually released, you use that link I just posted, or it's in the description if you watch this later. I don't know if I'm going to leave this video up for later. And I'm going to, you put in your pre-order info, and you get the Straight Line Persuasions fast track training system for free, which is a huge, incredible value. You can make so much money from that. And by the way, I want my fans to have the benefit of that. Help your own lives and help the people around you by making a lot of money and learning this system, not just to make money, but to be able to persuade people and get yourself to overcome obstacles in life and get control of your life and get great things out there. Get, great new medical technologies, get safer streets, get better buildings, get better food, all this stuff, healthcare. Get this stuff out there, and you have to do it with sales and influence. I don't read many books really, but again, I'll show these two books on screen that I've read recently. The Story Solution by Eric Edson, which is fantastic. It was just so great, and it's just an enjoyable read too. And that's helped me immensely on my screenwriting. I took so many notes from it. And Story by Robert McKee. I just read that. Very enjoyable as well, very helpful, especially with technique like writing stuff, just the basics of writing, which Edson doesn't go into as much because his is more about the sequences any great movie has to go through. Robert McKee is about kind of everything, story, but also just the process of what do writers go through, what's it like, and what kind of, I do need a nap, and what kind of writing, although I always look this tired, I think, what kind of writing do you use even for descriptions? And I realized, oh my goodness, I'm making so many mistakes that he's pointing out that he's right about. It would be different if I disagreed, but I'm like, he's absolutely right. I'm overwriting descriptions. I'm putting in too many words that you can't film, that aren't interesting to read, that you can't visualize. Like, this character starts to walk off. How does someone start to walk off? They just walk. Like, he walks to the door, instead of like he starts to walk. Or I would put cut to in front of every scene description, and I'm realizing, oh, that's terrible. You don't need that. Just put the description. It's there, and leave the cut to for the camera to do. So much stuff like that I found so helpful, again, in Robert McKee's Story. No, I haven't found a new job, Drake, but I've got a lot of great opportunities now, and I just want to do, excuse me, I ate rice and vegetables, by the way, that my mom gave me. I just want to do whatever it takes to get successful, to make money, to be able to put more time and money into my videos. I want to do more stuff like short films. Maybe tomorrow I can shoot something interesting. I don't know. Oh, actually, I'm planning something with my mom tomorrow. You'll stick around for that. See, this is going to be fun. Hopefully, we'll get to do it tomorrow. She's been so busy, so it's hard to film stuff with her. And rice and vegetables, but it was good. It's Drake, I hear you. Drake says you should do a live stream with your mom. Just hard to get time with her. She works basically 2 jobs. And today we were planning on doing something, but I thought I was meeting my friend, and I really wanted to do that. And of course, he flaked on me anyways. And I told my mom today, look, he's probably going to flake. Let's just meet and do this. But she said, well, now I already changed my plans. So it's going to be hard for her to do this. And now it's almost a sure thing that she can't. So we're just going to do it tomorrow. So it's just tough to make time. But if I made a bunch of money, see, here's the beauty of it. Then I could pay her to be in my videos. She could maybe cut back or quit at least one of these jobs and have a bunch more time to work with me. And not only that, just not only pay her, but help her pay her bills and take care of my dad, make sure he's got whatever he needs, because he's an older guy and it's important for him to be safe and healthy. And make sure, my parents get stuff improved on the house that they need, pay their house taxes, which are just insanely high, so ridiculous. If you're going to charge so much more, give a lot more value, but it's the whole system that's set up so that the money gets wasted. Basically, it's so ridiculous. We stop so many opportunities and for nothing, because, well, that's just how it is. We can't do anything about it. We only have one hospital in Arlington. I mean, we have urgent care centers, but like one hospital, why couldn't we have more? Oh, there's so many restrictions. The hospital has to approve the other one, and then you need to license people for 8-10 years to become doctors, when we should have so much more flexibility in what we how we get our medicine, and prescription only medicine, and of course medical patents. So it's insanely expensive to buy medicine and medical technology because companies can patent them and nobody else can make those medicines or medical technologies. FDA approval times, which makes the medical funding so expensive. So they say, oh, we need patents to make our money back. Things like so many people get arrested for drugs around here. We waste so much money in court and jail for drugs. Just legalize them. If there's no victim, there's no crime. Treat people like adults. It's so insane. I was just thinking about that the other day. I'm like, how do you arrest someone when there's no one they victimized? So insane. Anyways, that's another reason we need lots of great salespeople to help legalize drugs, not on the other side. We need people who are persuasive, who can get the laws changed. Anyways, I don't know what else I have to say on here. I could just get off in a minute, I guess, and get working on my script. Been exercising a lot lately, feel good about that, and sort of cutting down on what I eat. Although I think maybe I'm cutting down too much to where like I get too hungry and then overeat a little bit. Not when I say overeat a little bit, I mean like last night I ate some peanut butter and a bowl of cereal late at night when I would have rather just not eaten. But anyways, so thanks for joining, everyone. Look in your own lives, look for stuff that is going to help you, improve you. You'll be better fans. Make yourselves better fans for me, because I need you guys to be successful too. So you can still watch my videos, maybe donate sometimes or buy merchandise, but just watch them, share them, so you're feeling good in your own lives too, and you don't have so much crap going on that you're not even able to watch them. So I need you all to be successful as well, even if that just means having clarity and certainty with yourself. So keep looking for things, to improve yourself. Keep watching videos. I'm not going to work for Twitch TV. I don't even know what that would involve, really. Anyways, I'm out of here. My friend ditched me tonight. Doesn't bother me at all. I don't care. I was expecting that. And I guess look tomorrow. Hopefully I'm going to have a video up with my mom. That's going to be very fun. All right. Thanks, everybody. And I'm going to stop the broadcast. Bye.